Welcome to Action for the week starting 9 December. Two important things this week. Firstly, our ongoing conversation about support and ways we can help through the ongoing drought and climatic challenges. I've got Charles with me, who I'll introduce in a minute, from Rural Aid, who's one place you can go for support. And secondly, a couple of other important things happening within our industry as we head into Christmas. So firstly, on the support. Further down in Action, you'll find again the spreadsheet where you can register an interest if you're thinking about molasses as one way of getting animals through the summer. We have now committed to a molasses program at AgForce where we sit as the intermediary and take your interest in molasses and pass it on to an importer who is working with us and can supply molasses. So if anyone would like to think about molasses, understand the costs and timeframes of bringing it in, please register your interest below and we'll come back to you quickly. Secondly, we've talked about the GIS and mapping support, which a lot of members are saying would be very helpful as the drought comes to a finish and we start planning our properties and our thinking and our priorities. If you would like a one-on-one 2-hour session with our mapping and GIS people, Noel Brinsmead and Amanda, please register your interest below in that spreadsheet and we'll understand the size of the interest and put up a schedule of conversations we can have one-on-one and in small groups depending on the demand, and thinking about GIS and what support it can provide to you as we continue through this drought. And thirdly, there are a number of places you can go for direct assistance. One organisation that has helped industry tremendously in the last couple of years is Rural Aid through a number of areas. But I've got Charles with me today, and further down in Action there's a one-pager that you can go to understand the support Rural Aid can provide. But Charles, thank you for coming along today. Perhaps in your own words, a minute or two about the support and things Rural Aid has in place to help us through this debilitating drought, bushfires and all the challenges we have at the moment.
Sure, Mike, that's great. Thanks for inviting me in today, and to all of you out there on the land, Rural Aid is here and stands by each and every one of you, just like AgForce does. At Rural Aid we have a range of support services available to primary producers, graziers, stations, etc. Firstly, every primary producer is able to access $1,500 worth of financial assistance. It's available, all you have to do is have a PIC number. If you're a cropper, then we'll deal with you on an individual case, but please apply. We run the very successful buy a bale program, and so in terms of fodder, we are able to access some fodder, but certainly in reduced quantities at the moment due to lack of production. We also have a range of counselling services, and our counsellors are on farm. They understand you, they understand the industry, and they have a willing and able ear, and they want to hear from you. If you have a challenge, be it financial, we can't do financial planning, but we can talk to you about your finances within the family. But we can also refer you to other ancillary services outside of our counselling service if you need that extra assistance. We also have a range of volunteers. Mike, we've got near on 15,000 people now who've ticked a box to say they want to volunteer and help our farmers. So if you need some fencing done, particularly in these fire times, or if you've got some jobs around the property that you need to have attended to, and some equipment that needs fixing, or maybe the house just needs a painting, we've got volunteers who are happy to register to help you. So you can find all the information through the ruralaid.org.au website, or you can call our office on 1300 327 624, Monday to Friday 9 to 5, and we're more than happy to help, Mike.
Thank you, Charles, for coming along today and for the support Rural Aid continues to provide. And AgForce will continue to promote Rural Aid and other people that put support services in place and provide as much information as we can on our website as a place to go to easily understand where to go for further support. So thank you for that, Charles. The only other thing for this week's action below is, sadly, the new reef regulations are in place. So for a lot of catchments, we're now under the draconian rules and record keeping requirements of the new reef regulations. We've been promoting that for a number of weeks in terms of the government site to go to understand your new obligations. Please have a look at that if you haven't already, but also know that your organisation, through the Senate inquiry in Canberra, will be spending most of 2020 fighting those new regulations. They are unjust. They will not support the reef, and they put an onus on producers and graziers which is completely unfair. A couple of other articles below around concession loans for plantations, etc. Please have a look at those. I hope your week goes well. Thank you.